Hello and welcome to K-Dramas for Joy. My name is Wendy, and today I want to share with you The Wonderfools. This show is so cute. If I was going to describe it, I would call it a mish between Stranger Things and the first season of Umbrella Academy. That's the vibe. It is so good. It stars Park Eun-bin, who is famous from, she's famous from a lot of things, but she just got a lot of awards for doing Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Cha Eun-woo, who is a lead favorite of mine, and I will talk about him later. Choi Dae-hoon, sorry, and Im Seong-jae. So I want to mention all four of them because really they are a cast of four, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's an original screenplay that is based on the inspiration of a concept originally created by Stan Lee that he never did anything with, which if you're a Marvels fan, that's, wow. There's 8 episodes, There's 8 episodes. They're 60 to 90 minutes long. I think they actually timed it pretty well. I think 8 episodes was enough for this one. But it would do well with the second season. And I heard rumors that they're filming one, but I haven't confirmed or denied that. So I will have to look that up and see. I know that Cha Eun-woo is currently doing his military service in Korea. So I don't know if they filmed any beforehand or if they're waiting for him to come back. I don't really know. But something worth looking up if you really love this show like I love this show. It was so good. I'm going to watch it again. I actually got both my kids hooked on it too. So, and they're, yeah. There is English subtitles and dubbing. I will put the list of languages on the screen for you now so that you can see what's available. Netflix calls this, I love this description, an absurd, nostalgic, imaginative show suitable for ages 13 and up. Again, on this one, I would probably go 11. I didn't think it was that scary. And, Stranger Things is way more scary than this one is. So, I don't know what the age group for Stranger Things is. All right, so let me give you a quick synopsis of the show. The main premise of the show is that we have a group of superheroes who don't know how to use their powers. So they need to learn first what their powers are. They don't even know that, right? First they got to find out they have powers. Then they got to figure out what their power is. Then they got to figure out how to use it on command, right? How to make it happen. They can't just, hope that it shows up. We have an impending apocalypse that these misfit heroes have to save us from. And then we have some super villains, right? So the Wunderkinder, which is German for wonder children. That's the Stranger Thing vibe you get is the whole children thing. All right. So our lead character, Cheney, is dying. She's dying. And so she doesn't give a crap. She's like, whatever. So she just acts weird and crazy. The whole town calls her a train wreck. And she's just like, she's her own woman, whatever, doesn't care. She works for her grandmother in her grandmother's restaurant, peeling onions. She's not getting a lot of cash for that. But she has this bucket list of travel places she wants to go see in her room. She's got this whole thing of like Mount Kilimanjaro, and she wants to see the Northern Lights, and she's got all these different places she wants to go and see. But she's got no money, and she's got a very controlling grandmother who's never going to let her leave, especially because she's sick, right? So that's our main character's motivation in life, is to get out and live while she's still alive. So she sets up this scheme with 2 of her childhood friends, I'm gonna say friends, but to pretty much trick her grandmother into thinking she was kidnapped so that she could get some money. And then she left a note telling her grandma what she did so that she'd forgive her later, so that she could go travel and then come back. But it goes horribly wrong, which is how our characters end up in the situation that gets them their superpowers. Now we have a 4th character who is Cha Eun-woo's character, and he is a civil servant who works at the complaint department for the city, and he's super by the book, he's super smart, but he's super by the book and yet super clumsy at the same time. But he also has superpowers, so that's kind of fun, and we get them all into each other. He was one of the Wunderkinder, so that's kind of fun to see the history behind that and see where he goes with that and how he evolves. Let me go into my description of the show for the Stranger Things Umbrella Academy Season 1. So I wrote down a list of how I think these are combined. So story-wise, we have the kids being taken in by an old man, evil scientist who gives them a drug trying to give them superpowers, right? So he's taken all of these children, just like in Stranger Things, taking all these children. Not all of the children survive this, right? There's a mortality rate in this, and there's also everybody got a different kind of thing happen, and they can't control what the superpower is, and the whole experiments, right? So that's kind of that. Plus, we have the impending apocalypse, which is more the Umbrella Academy vibe, 100% man-made, 100% coming from the source of the superpowers, right? And another thing that's on the production side wise, that's similar to Umbrella Academy is the music is just absolutely amazing. They nailed it, right? It's chaotic. It's really good. I want to find it if they have a soundtrack to this that I could buy. I would totally buy it and use it as my workout stuff. So production-wise, it's eerie but funny. The soundtrack is great. There are enough visual effects to make it magical, but not so much that it's just unrealistic, right? And the fight scenes are epic. I don't know if you've seen Umbrella Academy. I would recommend season 1 on that. Completely off topic. But there's fight sequences and the music with it, and that just makes them epic, right? It's not comic. It's just enjoyable. Why did I choose to watch this one? Well, a few reasons. So number one, I love comedies, and this was billed as a comedy. I didn't realize it was going to be quite as serious as it was, but it was still pretty decent comedy. Superheroes is always fun. Misfit superheroes even more. There is a show that I enjoyed years ago. I want to say it's called The Misfits. It's got Paul Rubens in it, and his superpower is farting. That is the funniest show. I love that. And then there's one guy who's the shovel. He's the shoveler. I love Misfit superheroes. Fantastic. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to watch this. The second one was I love Cha Eun-woo. Yeah, he's from True Beauty, which I love. So gonna watch his because he has yet to disappoint me. He's been good in everything I've seen him in so far. Honestly, I haven't seen all of his shows, but so far everything I've seen, he's been fantastic in. And the third reason is because it was based on a Stan Lee thing, and my background is animation. So I worked 20 plus years in animation. So anything that has to do with comics and animation and gaming, that's stuff I love. So you've got a Stan Lee thing that was never produced and they put a spin on it. Of course I'm going to watch it. Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. So product placement in this one, I couldn't find any. I thought for sure that the coffee jelly was a product placement, but it turns out it was actually a prop created specifically for the show. So I can't share that with you, but I did find a recipe on making coffee jelly. So I have making coffee jelly tonight. If I get that done, I will add a blurb at the end of this to show you if the coffee jelly worked. And if it does, I'll put the recipe in the comment, in the description box. There we go. In the description box to let you know how to make it. Because in the things that I bought to make it, other than just, coffee. Interesting fun tidbits about the characters, no, not the characters, but the actors in the show. So Cha Eun-woo, sorry, I'm saying it wrong. I actually thought he started as a K-pop idol, but it turns out he started in acting and went from acting to singing. So I thought that was kind of new. He ended up being in the group Astro, so that was really good. He does have a beautiful voice. I've seen a lot of his I've listened to a lot of his music on YouTube because that's all I can get while I'm at work is YouTube. So I listen to all my music that way. Park Eun-bin, who is Art Cheney, she started modeling at age 4. She's been acting since she was 6 years old. So she has got a huge list on IMDb of shows she's been in. There's only like 3 years in the last 20 that she hasn't had something like air. And I read that she's also in Extraordinary Attorney Woo. They put production on hold for a year so that she could truly do the part justice. So that might be one of the years that she took off. I don't really know. So yeah. If you would like shows recommended based on the actors in this, I'm only going to do the 2 leads because I haven't looked up the other guys yet. I'm totally going to though because they're so fun and I love their characters and I think the actors did it so well. I want to look them up. So I am going to actually start looking for shows from them as well. But for time, in the essence of time, I've only looked up Park Eun-bin, who, of course, Extraordinary Attorney Woo. I've seen the first couple episodes of that. She's phenomenal. She's just a great actress. I did not recognize her at all. She's also in The King's Affection. which I saw, and I do not recognize this woman from show to show. She completely gets into the part she's in, and wow, hairstyles really do make a difference. It's amazing. If you like, so I was going to recommend one. Yeah, so Extraordinary Woo was the one I'd recommend for that, for Park Eun-bin. And if you want to see one from Cha Eun-woo, Cha Eun-woo, I keep saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. Loved him in True Beauty, so of course I recommend that. But if you want to see him more like this character in a goofy kind of way, then I would recommend him in, let me read it because otherwise I'm going to totally butcher it, Rookie Historian Gu Hae-ryong. Wow. Where he plays a prince who loves to write romance novels. So beautiful. I love it. And you know, anything that has period drama in the historical costumes, I love those. Ah, history. Beautiful. So I hope you give Wonderfools a chance. Oh my gosh, I think you will love it, especially if you're in kind of like a chaotic, happy mood or want to be in a chaotic, happy mood. I am severely hoping there is a season 2 of this. It does a total, you know, Marvel spin at the end where there could be, but it also has a good ending. So there you go. Enjoy the effects. Enjoy the fight sequences. I watched and I'm gonna link this in the description. I watched a making of video on this, and I am amazed at how many of the effects are actual effects, not CGI, right? Like just amazing. So I'm gonna link that in the description so that you can see it too if you want to. Don't watch it till after you see the show. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. You could watch it before, but I would say watch it after. As always, fighting, and bye for now. Hey, so I made the coffee jelly and it worked. Here's the little, these are for making homemade popsicles in your freezer. I bought those on Amazon, and it has a little funnel that comes with it. So, I don't know if I can get it squirt up. So, it's coffee jelly. It was 2 cups of coffee, 2 tablespoons of, I used brown sugar, you can use any kind of sugar, 1 packet or 1 tablespoon of gelatin. Bring it to a boil and take it off the heat and stick it in the bags and stick it in the fridge. Yeah, it tastes like coffee in gelatin form.